This is my life, it's how I live. This is my song, it's how I give. This is my truth, the only thing I know. I am the wave, I'm the undertow. He'll always come, always go. Burn so hot, freeze so cold, fly so high, and I fall so low. I am the wave, I'm the undertow. Just like the rivers gotta flow, just like the wind it's gotta blow, just like the rain, there's wheels gotta roll. I am the wave, I'm the undertow. Don't fence me in, give me pastures aplenty. I hate barbed wire, it only makes me bleed. As I trample it down with my whole stampede, I've given everything to live free. Just like the rivers gotta flow, just like the wind it's gotta blow, just like the rain, there's wheels gotta roll. I am the wave, I'm the undertow. Friends, I'm still the wave, still the undertow. All right, thanks. It's a newer tune. I haven't recorded that yet, but my dad loves that song, so he's not able to make these shows like he used to. But I always talk to him when I'm driving from place to place. He's always asking me if I played that song, the night before. So play the undertow. Did it, Dad? So now I can tell him honestly that I did. Here we are on the Cedar River. I got a song about river towns. I grew up in a river town. Always did live in a river town, even when I tried to move away and seek out new experiences in the great wide world. I always ended up in a river town. Now I'm raising my kids in a river town. you look it up on GPS, it says Carroll Creek. That's an abomination. It's not Carroll Creek, it's the Wakarusa River. Anyway, just don't let anybody get fooled by that. Lived in a river town. I've been up, I've been down. Sometimes I might disappear, but I always come back round to a river town. In a river town. You'll always come back round to a river town. Well, river folks are my favorite kind. Yeah, they always seem to have the time. They move strong and slow like a river flows, and always ease my troubled mind. I said, river folks, you're my favorite kind. Singing river folks, you're my favorite kind. And I lived on the Wakarusa and the Mississippi, Kickapoo and the Kishwaukee, Rio Grande and the Mississippi. I was raised on the Fives, and my family is from the Illinois. I lived in river towns ever since I was a boy. Here we go, boys. I've been down. Sometimes I might disappear, but I always come back round to a river town. In a river town. Friends always come back round to these old river towns. All right, thank you guys. Yeah. Well, speaking of river towns, this one I was living in Oregon, Illinois. I mentioned that last song, the Mississippi, which is what the natives called the Rock River. It flows into the Mississippi there by the Quad Cities. But anyway, there's a little town called Oregon, Illinois. I'd been living in the woods for a while and feeling pretty down and out. And, it was about time for my once every 2 weeks try to get to town, and get gas and groceries and, but also like see people, like be like, oh yeah, this is like a world out here and we're all connected and related and, because I was getting so low down, just isolated in my head, and I was like, yeah, I got to get to town. And it was like, I got there. I went to the first stop was like, let's get some coffee. Let's go to the Shell station. They had the coffee pot. It was always hot there. Off 4th Street there, and I went into the Shell station, got my coffee, set it down on the counter. Once again, it's my first stop of my to-town run, and I was I was hoping the downward spiral would like start going up, I was like, all right, I'm feeling good. Get some coffee. Went for my wallet. Nope, forgot it in the woods at my camp, so I came to town with nothing, I was like, how am I gonna get gas, groceries, nothing. Can't even buy a cup of coffee at the gas station. So then downward spiral was going down real hard. And the girl that was working was like, she like saw right through me and she just caught me. She was like, whoa, man. She almost like got in my way. I was like, it's all right. Just a cup of coffee, I got you. I got you, man. It's gonna be all right. She gave me a nice smile, and so I call that a random act of kindness. She kind of like saved my life. So I wrote her this song out in the truck. I used to think it was a dumb song. I was just gonna sing it to her if I ever saw her again. But then a good friend of mine said, well, if you don't do that song, I'm going to do that song, man. I was like, fine, you do that song, Pete. And I walked into Charlie's 2 in Mount Carroll, Illinois one night, and he was playing it with his band. And I was like, well, I guess I ought to do that song. It sounded all right, you know. Here we go. This is off the newest record. Gas station girl, hell, you saved my world. You got no idea what your kindness done for me. Well, them movie star girls gets all the hype, but your gas station girls more my type of gas station girl. Well, you saved my world. Standing behind the counter with your uniform on, little name tag button tells me who you are. Just wanted you to know you made my day. Oh yeah, baby, with the free cup of coffee and the smile you gave me. It's a gas station girl. Hell, you saved my world. You got no idea what your kindness done for me. Well, them movie star girls gets all the hype, but your gas station girls more my type of gas station girl. Hell, you saved my world. And now there's many a man probably feels the same about a gas station girl. Ooh, he probably even knows her name when he's feeling low down. Take a little trip into town for some early morning coffee from his gas station honey. It's a gas station girl. Hell, you saved my world. You got no idea what your kindness done for me. Well, them movie star girls gets all the hype about your gas station girls more my type of gas station girl. Hell, you saved my world. It's a gas station girl. You really saved my low down, miserable, no good, real bad, kept getting worse all the time. It's having a home, bam, the hand, tan, tone. You get the idea. Kind of world. Yeah, muchos gracias, señorita. All right. Random acts of kindness. There's a place under the South Bridge in Clinton, Iowa. Anybody ever been over the South Bridge? Going to Illinois' land? I used to spend a lot of time down under there. I was married to a gal that lived in Clinton. She was a totally fine person, but I realized at a certain point, like, man, she just doesn't like me. She hates my guts. There's nothing I could do, man. It's just how it is. And then that was like so liberating because I was like, man, well, all right, I don't have to take all the, the verbal abuse anymore. Like, I don't have to, try to defend myself. I just take my guitar and a jug of wine and go down under the bridge, hang out with my hobo friends. So that's where this song came from. Down where the hobos hang, neath the trestle bridge in the pouring rain, and bring a jug of wine. Joyful song I'll be singing and sipping all night long down in Hobo heaven. Yeah, Hobo heaven.
skipping stone, I'll be building fire out of driftwood bone. Still have my jug, joyful song, I'll be singing and sipping all night long down in Hope, oh heaven, singing home, oh heaven. I said, oh heaven's where I go to ease the pain. Here we go. Hang neath the trestle bridge in the pouring rain. I bring a jug of wine and a joyful song. Yeah, I'll be singing and sipping all night long, all night long, oh, all night long. I'll be singing and sipping all night long. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. There's this place called Manny's Pizza. The town of Savannah, Illinois, on the Mississippi River. Pretty much just on the other side of that bridge we just talked about. But anyway, I told you about living in the woods and stuff. From there, I went out and I lived out in the desert, out in New Mexico and southern Colorado for a while in the mountains. And when I came back to the Midwest, my landing spot was kind of this half-abandoned house in this pirate town. It's River Pirates kind of town, you know, in Savannah, Illinois. And I was at a total hermit stage in my life. I didn't want to really engage much with anybody, you know. Just wanted to keep to myself, and but eventually I got sick of that. Kind of like the gas station girls thing, and I finally went to town. I was like, man, I'm gonna like have somebody else cook my pizza for me, and you know, pay for it and leave them a tip and drink a beer off the tap. That sounds great. This place, Manny's Pizza, was there, and I heard that was the place to be. There was two old fellas sitting at the bar. You know, they had like their old Busch Light cans as their spittoons, and they were telling lies, you know, in the best of ways. And I was like, man, I could hang out with these guys. I ordered a Leinenkugel original off the tap. One of my favorite beers. It came out, and you know, cheers to these guys. Took a sip. It was totally flat, tasted like vinegar, had, you know, fruit flies, you know, swimming in it. But I didn't complain because, like I said, it was my first time to town. I heard Savannah's kind of a fighting town, and that was the last thing I wanted to do was start complaining about their beer. So I drank it down and started writing this tune. It was kind of a reflection on the trails that I had left behind me and some of the great friends. I was drinking stale beer in a small town saloon. Was asking old drinkers over their beer can spittoons. Said, where in the hell, where did yesterday go? They said it went down that river, son, you know it flowed and flowed. Well, that Mississippi River is flowing tonight. Yeah, it's going and it's flowing by and by. And the old iron horse still rumbles through the valley, sounding out her mournful cry. When I hear that old train, I think of Andrew Jacob home all you folk singers out there on the dusty road. And I pray for Arthur Milo, may he always find his way through the long cold winter nights to warm places to lay. Old Arthur, yeah, I dropped him off beside the road one rainy night, his old guitar and his sleeping bag and his little flashlight. Oh, I gave him $20. I said, get yourself some food and booze. And he said, don't worry about me, son, I got nothing left to lose. Well, that Mississippi River was flowing that night, going and flowing by and by. And the old iron horse still rumbles through the valley, sounding out her mournful cry. Oh, and when I hear that old train, I think of Willie Real Deal and all you woodsmen with guts made of steel. And I pray for Walter Zenitz in his long dark night. May Mother Mary comfort him with every hash pipe that he lights. Oh, now the last time I seen Walter, it was on a winter solstice. There beside a big bonfire, he said, listen, Marcus. He said, you gotta walk, walk and walk. You gotta see how far your road goes, boy. Well, you gotta find your edge. You gotta touch it with your toes. Oh, and I've been out 20 years since then. I bet I've done a few million miles, but the lonesome road has only led me home to the same old wood piles. So for now, Walter, buddy, I think I've had enough as I lean my toes out over the edge of a Mississippi River bluff. Yeah, that Mississippi River was cold that night, and the windows were frosty and the neon bar sign lights. And the old iron horse still rumbles through the valley, sounding out her mournful cry. When I hear that old train, when I hear that old train, when I hear that old train, when I hear that old train. Fairly well, all my brothers, oh, and sages brave and true. Hell, I gotta go stoke a wood stove now and write these songs for you. Oh, but you can find me cutting wood, working at the old sawmill near Savannah, Illinois. It's my hideaway in the hills. Well, that Mississippi River is flowing tonight, and the windows are getting frosty, and the neon bar sign lights, and the old iron horse still rumbles through the valley, sounding out her mournful cry. I've been mentioning hobos and stuff like that, travelers. There's this thing called the Hobo Convention that happens in Britt, Iowa every summer. I think it's actually this weekend. Or was it last weekend? I think it's this weekend. Anyway, all these people that have been riding the rails for many years, or people that are just, it's a new way of life for them, they get together and they put together whatever information they can gather from their past years since the last convention about like safe places to camp, good rails to ride, you know, places to avoid, stuff like that. Schedules, there's always schedule changes and stuff like that to the rails. Anyway, they record make a field recording every year, and that's where I first heard this song. Years later, I found out about this guy named Sir Jonathan Cash, and it turns out he wrote it, but I heard it long before I knew him. I'll do this one here as a tribute to all those out under the bridge and stuff like that. Found him by the railroad tracks this morning. I could see that he was nearly dead. Knelt down beside him and I listened just to hear the words that the dying fella said. He said they let me out of prison back in Frisco. Yeah, for 10 long years I paid for what I'd done. Now I'm trying to make it home to Louisiana, just to see my Rose and get to know my son. Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister? Won't you give her all my money and tell her to buy some pretty clothes? Tell my boy's daddy is so proud of him. Yeah, and don't forget to give my love to Rose. Hey there, mister. Here's the bag with all my money. Hell, and it won't last too long the way things go. Tell my Rose to try and find another man. Yeah, 'cause it ain't right that she should live alone. Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister? Won't you give her all my money? Tell her to buy some pretty clothes. Tell my boy's daddy is so proud of him. Yeah, and don't forget to give my love to Rose. All right. Well, hey, my good friend Luke Sires is here tonight, and he, when I first met Luke, he was like, you know, well, maybe the second time I met you, you were like, man, could you play that song for Sam? Yes. You heard it on one of my old albums, and I don't know if I remember that one, so thanks for bringing that one back to my attention. It's about a very dear friend of mine. Our roads just always seem to, in a kind of magical, serendipitous way, just always, we always crossed paths, but that was before we even had cell phones. Just traveling around the country and busking on different street corners and stuff like that. And We just got to see him last weekend. He plays in the Deslons. Great band if you haven't heard the Deslons. I think the first time we actually met, introduced ourselves after years of running into each other on street corners and stuff was I was volunteering in the food line at the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival. And Sam came through there and he was like, "Man, I know you." I'm like, "Yeah, I know you too. We've been like crossing paths for years." That was like in 2010 or something. But I gave him an extra big dollop of whatever kind of goulash was in the pot that night. Hey buddy, I know somewhere out there singing your songs into the air and rambling round from town to town. Yeah, there's something in your song that's simple and true, a little bit spiritual, a little bit blue, and it sounds so close to a familiar muse. Yeah, we used to cross paths when we was bumming round. I was busking in Boulder, you were sleeping by the ground, down by the river, the holy river. And at the crossroads of Kerrville, singing hard traveling, we was searching on the same trail, always have been. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I was following the spirit of a Woody Guthrie, took to the road, just my guitar and me, and I made it out to Pampa, Texas. I seen your picture on the wall at the old drugstore. Man named Jim said he's been here before, back when he was rambling through. And at the crossroads of Kerrville, singing hard traveling, we was searching on the same trail and always have been. Oh yeah, hey, hey. And I thank you for carrying the torch, my friend. I'd be carrying it too, but I fell off the path, and I ain't yet found my way back. But someday our trains will run side by side, bound for glory on a hell of a ride, and we'll be singing dead or alive. And at the crossroads of Kerrville, singing hard traveling, we was ghosts on the same trail, always have been. Oh, hey, hey. That's called Song for Sam. Thanks, Luke. And thanks to Luke Luke and Katie for introducing me to this spot here. I love playing here, so thanks to everybody for supporting live music. Once again, Addison just played a beautiful set, man. That was amazing. So I want to check out Run Dog. Luke's like, man, he's got a band called Run Dog. Man, sick. That's what he told me. I believe him, man. Luke don't lie. Wow. And now my buddy Matt Crane earlier too. I'm just trying to cover all the bases here, but he was like, man, do that rendition of that song you do there, and I want that, that one. And I was like, oh yeah, I know that one. This is a play on an old Guy Clark song, but it's updated to our place and time and people that I've come to know on this road here. And now Willie T. Taylor, the Lord of the Rings, got up to play his tenor guitar and sing in some crazy little place in Cedar Falls, Iowa last night. And at the door sat that Ranger Gibbs guy with his two different colored eyes, always been out there in the mulch pile, said revolution's on the rise. Oh, and Andrew Jacob home drinking at the bar, you know he really should have been a real folk star. He said there's something fishy in the air about trying to be somebody here or anywhere. Oh, but it's full of the pain and the ghost of the blues. And what's a poor Rockford, Illinois boy to do? Come on and rhyme one for us, man. 'Cause no one ever rhymed it like you. Said there ain't no money in poetry, that's what sets the poet free. I've had all the freedom I can stand. I got leftover soup and Avery's wine, well it's good enough to get me by. Fool my belly till the day I die with leftover soup and Ben Sap shine. Well, now Simon and Koskinen shooting dice, playing Sam Dawes' K guitar with his day arm and pickup from 1964. Oh, they sat in the back and they drank for free and they rhymed cripes with criminy. There's a pride of lines to stand by. Said there ain't no money in poetry, that's what sets the poet free. I've had all the freedom I can stand. I got leftover soup and Avery's wine, it's good enough to get me by. Fool my belly till the day I die with cold dog soup and rainbow pie. Good enough to get me by. Fool my belly till the day I die with that leftover soup and Tom Avery's homemade wine. 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 All right. How's everybody feeling? Yeah. Hey, happy, what are we on, a Friday night here? Man, all right. Yeah, have a good, happy weekend, safe, all that stuff. Run wild, but, you know, stay safe. I got my buddy Rodney Arthur from Iowa City gonna be joining me on some weirdness here in a little bit. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Let's see. Luke, any songs I should do before I forget about them?
Strong Love.
Oh.
What about the big donut?
Oh. Hello.
No.
Okay. All right, that's like we got some ideas here. All right. Well, here's a song of hope. Let's do it. Let's do a song of hope here. This is, you know, some of you guys have seen this probably, and you know what I'm saying. If you haven't seen it, you better just keep your head up. You know, Don't be looking at your feet too much, because this thing's coming. And it means it's a benevolent thing. It's a very large thing. It moves at a high velocity. Therefore, it's very dangerous and potentially destructive, but also creative. And, we want it to be on our side. So we're going to sing for it. And, once you catch on, sing along. Katie, that means you, since you requested it. Okay. It's a great big donut rolling down the road. Everybody for miles around could see right through the hole. And nobody knew what made that thing roll. That's a great big donut rolling down the road. Well, one old lady seen it, and it gave her such a scare. She slipped on her coffee and she drunk her underwear. And it rolled through the cities and through the countryside. Oh, and everyone was singing far and wide. There was a great big donut rolling down the road. Everybody for miles around could see right through the hole. Nobody knew what made that thing roll. That's a great big donut rolling down the road. Well, now it rolled off of the mountain and it flew up in the sky. And you ain't seen no blessed thing until you seen a donut fly. Oh, the government said it was theirs, we said it was ours. And then the missiles started flying from all the earthly powers. Oh, but the donut took the missiles and it flew off into space. It had been sent from love above just to save the human race. And now they're making more missiles, bigger ones every day. But the donut will come back someday and to take them all away. Here we go. There was a great big donut rolling down the road. Everybody for miles around could see right through the hole. Nobody knew what made that thing roll. There's a great big donut rolling down the road. Here we go. One more time with feeling now. Well, there's a great big donut rolling down the road. Everybody for miles around could see right through the hole. And nobody knew what made that thing roll. There's a great big donut rolling down the road. I think we can do better than that. There's a great big donut rolling down the road. Everybody for miles around could see right through the hole. And nobody knew what made that thing roll. There's a great big donut rolling down the road. I said there's a great big old donut. I seen it rolling on down the road. Now look out. All right. Good job, everybody. Hey, Rod, want to come play some tunes? This is Rodney Arthur. I don't know how we got here, but would you hitch a ride up here or what, Rod? Yeah. All the way from Iowa City, Iowa. Rod specializes in dirges. We're going to start with dirge. Yeah, accordion and
Saw. We're gonna start with a song called "The Cactus Blues." This is
Played it on Sunday. You missed it.
this is about an old man named Kel Robertson, kind of a hero and mentor of mine. He died in 2012 out in the high desert of northern New Mexico, and he wrote a bunch of great songs. And he was also like a cowboy poet, and he rode around on his horse, which he named Desperation. This horse, my horse, called Desperation. That's how he talked. That's what he talked about. Anyway, he was hated by many and loved by few, but the few that loved Kel honored his burial wishes, which is that he would have no gravestone that said his name on it. Nobody would know where he was buried, and he'd have no like dates that marked when he was born and when he died and all that kind of stuff. So his wish came true. His good friends buried him out there in the high desert between Cerrillos and Madrid, New Mexico, and there he lay for a few years until somehow the word got out. Somebody leaked, and all of a sudden, all these Kel enthusiasts, because after he died, people loved him even more because they didn't have to deal with his, personality, but they just got to listen to like the brilliance of his poetry and his songs. And so everybody started coming out there and leaving offerings, and so you just walk out in the middle of the high desert and there's nothing. And I had these handwritten directions from a folk singer friend of mine, Jason Eklund, and he's like, you'll see the mound when you get out there. And sure enough, because all the offerings that people had brought out started to pile up, and it's like a monument out there. So we spent the night out there and woke up in the morning with this song. Tequila and rattlesnakes, red beans and Johnny cakes, and sunsets painted in lonesome hues. And there's a ghost who's out in the midnight wind. He's howling with the coyotes again, and he's always singing the cactus blues. Listen close, you might hear cactus blues. And out there in New Mexico lived an old cowboy poet. I guess he was a legend of a man. Really died out in the desert, and they buried him in the sand. Now his grave's a shrine of desert stones and rusty old beer cans. So if you're coming down the mountain on a horse called Desperation, into a place that's always dark and cool, into a dusty dirt road tavern, out in the desert night, listen close, you might hear the cactus blues. Listen close, my friends, you might hear the cactus blues. Sounds like this out there.
tequila and rattlesnakes, red beans and shiny cakes, and sunsets painted in lonesome hues. And there's a ghost in the midnight wind, and he's howling with the coyotes again, and he's always singing the cactus blues. Listen close, my friends, you might hear the cactus blues. So if you're coming down the mountain on a horse called desperation, into a place that's always dark and cool, into a dusty dirt road tavern out in the desert night, listen close, you might hear the cactus blues. Listen close, my friends, you might hear cactus blues. How am I doing here, All right. Rodney Arthur, everyone. We're going to go into a Kel song. That last song was written by, or was written for Kel Robertson. This song was written by Kel Robertson. It's the only cover I ever recorded because I love this song so much. When you come down off the mountain, where for years you've been holding up, shake yourself off just a little bit, will and drink that bitter cup. Just remember you're alright sometimes, and sometimes you ain't no damn good, 'cause your mind ain't made of diamonds, and your heart ain't carved of wood. As you stagger down the highway, and all them cars go whipping by, just to feel your humanness in your pocket, son. Remember remember someday we're gonna fly. Let's fly riding. When you come down off the mountain to this sticky little place below, just don't cry when you get rained on, but it ain't no picture show. Just don't cry but it ain't no picture show. Let's take it out riding. All right. Yeah. All right. That was the Kel Robertson portion of the set. We got a song about this rooster I met in New Orleans. Staying at Sam's place, actually. Next door to this guy named Lee Walker, who was a fine man, a very fine man. I didn't quite get it at first, because there was this rooster that just would never quit, it would never shut up all night. You know, I mean, just making crazy rooster talk all night long, every night. And everyone in the neighborhood wanted to kill the rooster and throw it in the stew pot. Most of them were touring musicians, Band the Deslons, and other people too in that area. And they'd come home from like, a 6-week tour and just want to sleep for a week. And he had that rooster there and just making people crazy, They'd get murderous. But this guy, Lee Walker, was like, he always foresaw the storm coming. And so he would bring the rooster into his bedroom and put it in the closet and feed it and water it in the closet. And keep it safe from any murderous musicians that were sleep deprived and a bit out of character. I never got it. I thought it was weird. I was like, man, that rooster is just like, time to go, man. Like, no, man, but you don't know this rooster like I do. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm glad you're such a nice guy, Lee. Then one night I was out there, relieving myself. No running water at that time in that neighborhood, and stepped out to relieve myself. It was about 3 a.m. The rooster comes right up to me and starts talking to me. And I mean, as crazy as it sounds, this is. I mean, we spoke some kind of English. You know, it was a hybrid, a rooster and English. But this is what I learned from the rooster, and I also realized that, man, everybody's got a story. Even this rooster that nobody can stand to be around, that just, you know, belongs in the stew pot. Once you get to know him, you're like, oh, I get it, man. I'm sorry I made all those, you know, judgments about you and all that stuff before I get it, because then now I had compassion. So this is the story of the rooster. Like I said, the best that I could decipher it. It's called the Lone Rooster Blues. Had a lone rooster on Deslon Street, way down yonder in New Orleans. Had a lone rooster, had a crazy heart. He just crowed his blues out in the yard. Well, I stepped out to pee naked in the rain. Yeah, the rooster started crowing, it was 3 a.m. I said, rooster, rooster, don't you know, man, you're supposed to wait for the dawn to crow. He said, man, oh man, you don't know where I've been. I was a cockfighting boy for some very bad men, until I flew away and I landed here, where they play backyard music and drink their beer. Oh, and I can still remember when this yard had a coop full of hens. Oh, but now they're all gone, they're died and dead. So I just crows all night, I never goes to bed, singing cock-a-doodle-dee, cock-a-doodle-doo, coo-coo-coo, coo-coo-coo, cock-a-doodle-dee, cock-a-doodle-doo, coo-coo-coo, coo-coo-coo. Yeah, you know it's hard for any old one to be alone with just the moon and the sun. Oh, and Mr. Lee Walker, he's a hell of a man. He still feeds me grain, he's my only friend. Oh, and most nights I don't know what to do. I just crows and I crow the lone rooster blues, singing cock-a-doodle-dee, cock-a-doodle-doo, coo-coo-coo, coo-coo-coo, cock-a-doodle-dee, cock-a-doodle-doo, coo-coo-coo, coo-coo-coo, sing cock-a-doodle-dee, cock-a-doodle-doo, coo-coo-coo. Yeah, that lone rooster on Deslon Street, way down yonder in New Orleans. That lone rooster had a crazy heart. Yeah, he just crowed his blues out in the yard. All right. Lone Rooster Blues. Thanks, everyone. Well, Trail of the Ghost Ride. Crazy Horse and Geronimo too. All hell that lived and died for spiritual truths. Restless souls, unbreakable wills. I know you're out there still. I know you're out there still. Out on the trail of the ghost. Out on the trail of the ghost. Ain't no turning back till you reach the coast. Out on the trail of the ghost. Many good men has found himself lost. Out on the trail of the ghost. Kerouac and Woody Guthrie too. All y'all that laced up them rambling shoes. Rolled the rusty rails, shed your tears out on the trail. I know you're out there still. I know you're you're going that way, if you tend to wander astray, and if the wind calls out your name, I'll meet you on the trail, my friend. Out on the trail of the gold, out on the trail of the gold. All right, Rodney Arthur there. Thanks, everybody. Man, this has been really fun. Might do a couple more if that's cool. We want to overstay our welcome, but man, we really enjoy being here. What a cool little room. I love playing here. This next tune here, we're gonna go down to the river. Back at the beginning of my set, I was talking about that living in the woods back in the late aughts, I guess, mid and late aughts. But man, you know, lots of you guys have heard this story before. Friends of mine that are here, but you know, washing your dishes with snow for like 5 months. You know, especially when every morning it's full of mouse turds and deer blood, you know, and so it's just like, you know, you kind of give up on boiling water and all that kind of stuff and sanitation. Just wash and blow the mouse turds off, swirl some snow around it, wipe it off with your dirty t-shirt, call it good. But then in the spring, when the river thawed out, I got to take my dishes down, have running water, crazy stuff. It was just a miraculous morning. And this really weird thing happened. John, can I get a little of this in the monitor, please, the guitar? And weirdest thing happened, kind of like the rooster, you know. There was this guy across the river on the island that was just barking orders at me. And I did my best to write his song for him. But I hope it's a song for everybody. It's a song of unity. Well, friends, I went down to the river, looked up in them trees. I seen a long-haired, leaping gnome, and he was looking down at me, and he took a toke from his pipe, and then he just smiled down on life. He said, man, I want to make sure that you see. He said, it's crazy out there. You got burdens to bear, my friend, in a world that's shadowed by deceitful kings. So keep simple in your thoughts and listen as your heart beats. And don't let your spirit get stolen by them thieves. That's what he told me. Well, don't let your spirit get stolen by them thieves. That's what he said, and then he started singing, and it went something like this. 'Cause there'll be lying and killing and carrying on with greed as their ultimate god. They'll do black magic on your mind and put their own voice in your soul, and then tell you which seeds you can and cannot sow. Well, it's crazy out there. You got burdens to bear in a world shadowed by deceitful kings. So keep simple in your thoughts, my friends, and listen as your hearts beat. And don't let your spirits get stolen by them thieves. Well, don't let your spirit get stolen by them thieves. All right. and they'll paint false villains every day in the news. And the bulldoze the elder Navajos right out of their shoes. Oh, and then they'll get you addicted to their luxuries, and they'll stone anyone who disagrees. And it's crazy out there, you got burdens to bear in a world shadowed by deceitful kings. So keep simple in your thoughts, my friends, and listen as your hearts beat, and don't let your spirits get stolen by them thieves. Well, don't let your spirits get stolen by them thieves. Like I said, this was a 9-foot tall guy over in a tree across the river that was yelling this stuff at me. Sounds crazy, but we all got things that sound crazy. And anyway, but he just kept saying it over and over again. See, that was the thing, and I was starting to get kind of wore out on him, because I was like, man, you got really good things to say, but you just kept saying the same thing over and over again. And he's like, yeah, man, that's because people of your generation don't listen very well. You got your heads all mixed up in all kinds of crazy hoopla and blah, blah, blah. It's crazy out there, man. You got this world's deceitful kings. And I was like, all right, man, I got to just get out of my head. I'm going to go write your song, all right, man? Nice to meet you. But I started getting kind of irritated with the guy, because he just wouldn't shut up. So then I started, I just took my dishes and I started running up the hill and through the woods. And this guy just out of nowhere, I don't know how he crossed the river. Well, first he had to climb out of the tree, then he had to cross the river, then he had to catch up with me. But it was like 10 seconds and he was right on my heels. And he was like, I'm serious, man, if you don't go out to Cedar Falls, Iowa, to a place called the Octopus, with your good friend Rodney Arthur from Iowa City, and Addison Payne from Run Dog. If you don't go out there and sing this song for the people, I'm gonna haunt you for the rest of your days, man. And so as to not be haunted by this guy for the rest of our days, we're singing this song. It's gonna sing it one more time all together here now. It's crazy out there. Well, it's crazy out there. You got burdens to bear in a world shadowed by deceitful kings. So keep simple in your thoughts, my friends, and listen as your hearts beat, and don't let your spirits get stolen by them thieves. Well, don't let your spirits get stolen by them thieves. All right. Yeah. Hey, thanks. What's that?
5 more.
2 more. 5 more.
Brad, you want to do another Saw song?
Fuck yeah.
I guess we're not on our last song, since we gotta do somewhere between 2 and 5. This one's from a couple records ago. It's called Meditation on Manifest Destiny. This is my one song that I wrote during COVID. Everybody had all, I met this guy recently. He said he wrote 500 songs during COVID. I was just like, what? I wrote one. What? Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks, Matt. He told me he was going to holler at me if I didn't say it. Anyway, there are some records and CDs in the back there. And you can talk to the bearded guy that his name is Matt. He's a good pal of mine, if anybody wants to support us in that way. Or you can get the Spotify's, for 0.004 cent, You can do Spotify's too. You guys got any music out yet? Yeah, you guys run dogs on Spotify? Oh yeah. Cool, man. What was that last song that you did? That was that's you gotta record that. That song is so good, man. Jeez. What is it called?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Man, what a song. Yeah, there ain't no gold in these mines. Yeah, it all got taken by the hands of time. And it ain't like it was in 49. Yeah, there ain't no gold in these mines. Yeah, now it's just gold dust flowing down the Snake River. All that ore has been dug up and delivered. Besides all that gold, the copper and the silver, oh, it's all been dug up and delivered. Well, now these mountains are full of holes in the ground, and the beat-up shacks and taverns of the ghost town. And I wonder where all the wealth has been scattered, and did the mining of us miners ever even matter? Now there ain't no gold in these mines. Well, it's all been taken by the hands of time. And it ain't like it was in 49. No, there ain't no gold in these mines. After all these years, they're still digging. Yeah, they're blowing up the ridges of the Appalachians. And I wonder what's to become of our children. It's the same old story time and time again. 'Cause now there ain't no gold in these mines. Well, it's all been taken by the hands of time. Well, it ain't like it was in 49. Now there ain't no gold in these mines. Take us out riding. Yeah, Rod.
Sexy.
There ain't no beating that shit.
How about that, huh? Uh-oh, the shoes are going back on. You guys want to sing a little wood piles together or something? We do two more? How does that sound?
Fuck yeah, I know what I'm saying.
Do a banger, Rod. I don't know if there's bangers in folk music, but we're gonna give it our best chance, best try. Time on my homemade wine, and I got wood piles on my mind. I got maple ash, hickory, I got a white oak, red oak, black cherry, even got some locust and osage. I got a walnut left to split and a red elm left to get. Singing, I got wood piles on my mind. Oh, and I got them scattered all around. Town to town, said I got them piled high, but they're always dwindling down. Yes, and I got wood piles on my mind, singing I got wood piles on my mind. I got wood piles on my mind, and if I didn't have all this wood to chop, I'd be hammered all the time on my homemade wine, and I got wood piles on my mind. Cherry, even got some locust and osage. I got a walnut left to split and a red elm left to get. Singing, I got wood piles on my mind. Play it right. Well, there's so many dead trees in the woods, and a wise man said they never go to waste. Said they get eaten by the worms and the bugs that feed the birds, and the rest just return to mother. And I know that the words he says are true. Yes, people, oh, but I still can't fight this yearning just to chop them into whole. Holy fuel, yes, and keep your home fires burning. And I got wood piles on my mind, all together now, singing I got wood piles on my mind. Yes, and I got wood piles on my mind. And if I didn't have all this wood to chop, I'd be hammered all the time on my. You got it. Say it like you're thirsty. Yeah, homemade wine. Singing I got wood piles on my mind. You got it, Sarah. Let's do it again. I got wood piles on my mind. That's right, homemade wine, singing I got wood piles on my singing I got wood piles on my mind. Yes, and I got wood piles on my mind. One more time, Lord have mercy, 'cause I got wood piles on my mind. All right, that's the spirit. Let's sing one together if that's all right. We'll do one more. Was that? This is a call and response field holler kind of a tune. Okay. So pick yourself up and shine. Now pick yourself up and shine. Oh, pick yourself up and shine while you still got the time. Pick yourself up and shine. And we got miles to go. We got some miles to go. We got some miles to go. Don't let your head hang low. Pick yourself up and shine. You got the medicine in you. You got the medicine in you. You got the medicine in you to kill them wore out blues. Pick yourself up and shine. 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 Help pick yourself up and shine while you still got the time. Pick yourself up and shine. Help pick yourself up and shine while you still got the time. Pick yourself up and shine. Pick yourself up and shine. All right, love you guys. Thanks so much. All right. Yeah. Yeehaw. Thank you guys so much. Cheers. Give it up one more time for Rodney and Addison. Good times.
Can you sing one more song? Play one more! Come on!
One more, eh?
I thought you won! The three of you! Okay.
I think you even talked Rod into it.
Do it. Come on, Rod. We love ya. Do it. Someone's supposed to stop first, Rod.
Hockey Talks, let's activate. Oh, yeah.
All right, this is about hopping a freight train out of Rockford, Illinois with my good pal Andrew Jacob Home, who we spoke about in earlier songs. I don't know if you caught that, but his spirit burns bright somewhere out there tonight, and I'm real grateful for it. Kind of helped get me on this road, and I feel pretty good these days, despite everything else that's going on out there. Well, I've come to tell the tale of the time I rode the rails with Andrew Jacob Home from Rockford to Rochelle. Well, it was in the summer back in 2009. We was high on fellowship and wine. We was high on fellowship and wine. So we went down to the tracks and we seen them hobo shacks, and we cursed them no trespassing signs. Well, we cursed them no trespassing signs. But when the big train whistle blew and he spit out his garbage shoe, and he said, "Marco, we gotta go. We gotta hop up on that train while it's rolling slow." So we hopped on a big grain car and he climbed up to see the stars. Oh, and I crouched low in a cubby hole. I was scared down in my soul. When the train came to a stop, I started climbing up towards the top. Yeah, but that's when that brakeman came around. I was sure, so sure that I had been found. Oh, but he must have been playing dumb, 'cause he brushed my boot heel with his thumb, and he grabbed hold of that rung where I was standing. Or was it the darkness of that night that kept us hidden? Oh, and then we held on tight to that rattling steel in the summer night, and I never felt more free in all my life. Said I never felt more free in all my life. And we rolled the rails out of Rockford, Illinois. Here we go, ride. was the tale of the time I rode the rails with Andrew, the Jacob home. From Rockford to Rochelle, it was from Rockford to Rochelle. Let's ride again.
All right. Love you all.